How do you stand out and refuse to conform when you're in a place that you don't feel you deserve? Daniel did not deserve the circumstances he was in. He did not deserve to be ripped from his home, and he did not deserve to be forced into working for the very people who destroyed his family and home. Now he must work for his enemy. How many times do we find ourselves as people in places we don't want to be in, bosses we don't want, jobs we don't like, circumstances we didn't ask for, and then we think because we're in those, it gives us an excuse to attack God, to come against God, to be angry with God, to reject God, to ignore God and His ways. Remember, when you are a friend of the world, you are an enemy of God. And you can't be both, folks. Jesus said you're in the world, but you're not of the world. In other words, we got to be different. James 4:4 says, you adulterers. In other words, you're going out on me. Don't you realize that friendship with the world makes you an enemy of God? I say it again, if you want to be a friend of the world, you make yourself an enemy of God. If you want to do things the world way and not God's ways, then you're an enemy of God. If you conform yourself to be like the world, its philosophies, its ways, think like the world, act like the world, the Bible says, not Steve Smotherman, not Legacy Church, the Bible says you are an enemy of God. You got to be on one side or the other. Listen, I know a lot of Cowboy fans, and I know a lot of 49er fans. And here's what I know about Cowboy. If you're a true Cowboy fan and you're a true 49er fan, a true 49er fan hates the Cowboys. Everybody's a comedian in this house. And true Cowboy fans don't like the 49ers. There's some godly people left in this world. If you take the Raider fans and Bronco fans, if you're a true Raider fan, you do not like the Broncos. Come on, go ahead. If you're a true Bronco fan, you do not like the Raiders. Here's what I'm saying. If you're a true fan of each one, you would never be caught ever wearing the jersey of another one unless you lost a bad bet. But in the real life, we think we can put on both jerseys, the world's and God's, and think we're okay. If you can do that, you're not a fan of either one. That's all I'm saying. I use that example because I know a lot of you could care less, but I think it makes sense. You either put on God's jersey or the world's jersey. If you try to wear both, God said you're my enemy. That God made humans male and female. Nobody else. And you can try to change all you want. If you were to die, you try to change your body parts, or you do, and you die, and someone dug you up 50 years from now and took a DNA test, you would be exactly who God made you to be.